Hi, I'm Anka and I work in technical sales at Motec. Today I'm going to show you the basic setup for our intelligent person detection system.
After all cables have been plugged into the corresponding cameras, the system can be put into operation. Switching on the monitor works via the on and off button. It's important to carry out an Auto ID when using it for the first time. Auto ID can only be done in quad mode. In quad mode, all 4 camera images are visible. If the quad mode is not activated when the system is turned on for the first time, the quad mode can be activated by repeatedly pressing the mode button. Later, the operator can also use the mode button to select the corresponding view for his application. After the quad mode has been activated and all 4 cameras are visible, this must also be done if only 2 or 3 cameras are connected. The first Auto ID is carried out. I do this by pressing the menu button. Now the monitor menu opens. By pressing the mode button several times, I jump to the Auto ID item. I activate the Auto ID by pressing the arrow keys pointing up. Now all 4 cameras are recognized by the monitor one after the other, and it's ensured that the correct image is transmitted. The Auto ID is a basic setting that must be carried out before the system is used for the first time. Now I show some basic settings for the AI system. Pushing the menu button opens the display menu. Here I have the option of adjusting the dimmer. This means whether the monitor image appears bright or dark. I also have the option of setting the language, a mirror, or parking guidelines. The monitor menu itself is navigated by pressing the mode button. Whenever the mode button is pressed, the marker jumps to the next point and can be activated by pressing the arrow keys. When I hit the plus button, I jump to the next menu. Here I could, for example, adjust the contrast, brightness, or the color of the system. In this menu, the camera images can be mirrored. We recommend that you do not change this menu. In the next step, I'll show you how to activate the parking guidelines. The parking guidelines can only be activated on camera 2, as camera 2 is defined as a rear-view camera. By repeatedly pressing the mode button, I call up the single image of camera 2 on the display. After the camera image of the camera 2 appears, which can be seen here at the top corner of the screen, I press the menu button to call up the monitor menu. In the monitor menu itself, I repeatedly press the mode button until I reach the marker item. I activate or deactivate the marker by repeatedly pressing the arrow key upwards. After activating the marker, I press the plus button repeatedly so that the parking guidelines appear in the image. At the parking guideline itself, I can choose between 14 pre-installed settings. By pressing the arrow keys repeatedly, I can select between one of the pre-installed parking guidelines. By pressing the plus button again, I now have the option to customize the horizontal or vertical position of the parking guidelines. I can change the horizontal or vertical position of the parking guidelines individually by pressing the arrow keys up and down. I leave the menu by pressing the plus button again. press the menu button and the parking guideline appears on the display. If I no longer need the parking guidelines, I can also deactivate them into the monitor menu. To do so, I press the menu button, jump to the parking marker by pressing the mode button, and deactivate it by pressing the arrow key. Now I press the menu button again and the parking guidelines in camera 2 are deactivated again. In the monitor itself, 3 different lines are visible. These lines represent the detection zones. The yellow detection zone is represented by the yellow line. The detection zone red is represented by the red line. The red line is moved up and down by long pressing the arrow keys. The yellow line is moved by long pressing the plus and minus keys. This allows me to define the area individually for each camera at what point a detection is triggered. The blue line serves as a reference for the yellow and red line and is permanently programmed in the monitor. If a person is detected by one of the cameras, the driver receives both a visual and an acoustic warning signal. The audible warning signal can be turned up or down by briefly pressing the arrow keys. The visual warning signal is not affected by this. Once this setting has been made, the system is already good for operation.
And in the next video, I'm going to show you how to set up the AI system in our intelligent person detection system.